Hey guys, welcome to Dan Does Footy, and there's no jokes this morning. I have just come across a story that will rock the foundations of the league. It involves the biggest players, and this will be the biggest story of the year, if not the century. As of right now, that
Coffees, lads. Fuck, you started?
Yeah, we have actually.
Ollie,
Fuck.
Ollie,
Ollie, I know you're the arming man.
Thanks, mate.
where are you finding these interns? His work experience,
Oh, big fella. Little fella.
mate.
Bailey, I did.
Bailey, we're on, man.
Yeah, you have been
Bailey,
here a little while now, and you probably should know that.
Ollie, sort it out.
You said, all you said criteria-wise was he needed to be hot. You underlined that twice, and I feel like I've
Bailey,
done that.
The cameras are on, man.
Yeah.
Can you not, you see that red light, yeah?
Yeah.
That means,
Sorry, mate.
give me the coffee. That's the wrong coffee, gave me. Get out.
Sorry, mate.
Get out.
Sorry.
Get out.
Sorry, mate.
Anything else you want to do?
It's all right. It's all right.
Don't dab each other up.
It's okay.
No, that's bad job.
Well, I'm looking after him. Someone has to
What
look
else?
after employees.
Now I forgot the whole story. Congrats, Ollie. Play the sting.
Wait, open or closed?
Just keep it closed, mate.
Closed? Yep.
Just keep it closed.
Hey guys, welcome to the Dan Does Footy podcast. You can find more of Dan Does Footy on the website, Spotify, YouTube, and social media. Lids off. See ya. There was heaps of sick kids, and I was like, where are they? Kick him harder. Kick him all harder. Punch him in the face. That was bloody horizontally challenged, if you get what I mean. Boner. Tough crowd today. Should we say this is the line? If you don't hear the next bit, it's over the line? Okay, so if you don't hear the next bit, I've got over the line. Who's just walked past Punt Road? It dips him. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Thursday morning. Thanks for being with us. We are so lucky to be in your ears and in your lives. Bit of a hectic start here, as you've just heard. We've cleared the set. We've cleared the interns out. That Bailey guy is a lovely human being.
Yeah.
I spoke with him a couple times before we started recording. Obviously got things mixed up by coming in with the coffees. It happens. He's a work experience kid. He doesn't know what's happening at the moment. He didn't see the on-air sign at the front, didn't see the red lights.
Yep.
Great human being, lovely person, horrible intern.
Yeah, look, you did give me a pretty basic criteria to deal with. Hot, loves footy. Prior experience wasn't high up the
no.
list. But look, I really took that first category and ran with it, and maybe I could have spent more time,
So where
figuring
are you
out someone
pulling
else.
these people from? Like you just obviously went into his DM saying,
Yeah,
look,
Instagram a lot of the time.
obviously, you got the season off this year and you're coming back
Yeah.
from injury. Would you love to do some work experience? And he said, for sure.
He said for sure. Didn't work out. I think I've booked in a guy called Christian for next week. So we'll see how he goes. But if not, we'll just go back to the drawing board.
How long do you reckon Bailey will last here? Given that
I want him around.
I know you do, clearly. But I just feel like Bailey, again, lovely human, just a great guy. But him walking in when I was about to drop an absolute bombshell and rock the foundations of the league, probably potentially get us absolutely blacklisted and taken off the airwaves for what I was about to drop.
So maybe a good thing.
Well, maybe, but him coming in at this time where it could have actually skyrocketed us in the program into the next level as
Yeah, I
the
know.
news breakers of the league. Probably not the best time for him to walk in.
It wasn't
Would you
ideal.
agree?
He knows that. And I'm sure we'll talk to him after, but
Fair enough. Hey, well, we're getting back on program here and we're getting back on schedule. Now, you have a big decision. We're picking back up from Monday. As we know, finals is around the corner. Your team might be out of it. And if your team is out of it, it is time to pick a bandwagon. You just have to. And I know it's a bit like, but it's not your team. You got to steer through it. No. You got to find a bandwagon and jump on hardcore. Now, you have some hats in front of you.
I do.
This is very like college draft setup.
Exactly right. I've narrowed it down to 4 teams.
God, your hair's fluffy. Washed last night?
It was a little bit of a conditioner job. You got to use the purple stuff now because I've dyed it.
Yeah.
Narrowed it down to 4 teams, which is exciting. So I've got the 4 hats here. I've got Geelong, Carlton, Hawthorn, and Brisbane. So they're the ones that I'm looking at.
Okay.
So I'm thinking what I'll do is I'm just going to go for it.
Do like a claw.
Yeah.
Okay. He's gone near Brizzy or Brizzy on the head.
Or
Hold on. He's doing a Harry Potter thing, I think.
Nah, it doesn't feel
Doesn't
right.
like Brizzy. So Brizzy's not out. He's picking up the Hawthorn one.
Hollywood Hawks.
The Hollywood Hawks is about to go on the head. Does he like it? Does he like it? It's feeling like he likes it.
I like it.
Hold on. Is
I
this
love
the
it.
one? Is this the one?
I'm on Hawks.
You picked the Hawks.
You know what? No, I'm not.
Oh, no.
Come on. Port Adelaide aggression. We'll never stop.
tear us apart.
Yeah.
Do.
I'm on, baby.
Wow.
Get these out of the way.
And you look like an Alberton local with those that sports sleeve you've got. So you're on Port now. It's your bandwagon.
I'm all in. I've always had a soft spot. I've got similar enemies to Port Adelaide.
True.
Eddie
Maguire.
Yeah. Exactly. Eddie and I don't see eye to eye.
Yep.
I do have a funny story about him, but I'll keep it for another.
You can share if you want.
No, well, I went for a job at Maguire Media once.
Oh, what happened?
It was like an episode of The Office.
Oh, really?
Whoever interviewed me
Had no idea.
came in, poured himself a whiskey, then put his legs up on the table and said, "Why do you want to work here? Shoot."
Oh, wow.
And I went, I don't think I do.
That's enough for me to say I'm out of here.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I'm all in on Port, so
Wow. And they're every chance to go all the way this year as well. So good bandwagon to jump on, a strong bandwagon.
I feel good about, look, I could have gone for any of them, really. I love the Fitzroy connection. I like the Blues because of you.
Yeah.
And a lot of my mates, the Hollywood Hawks,
The other
Geelong.
team, Sydney Giants, Geelong didn't get a run in?
No, they didn't. No.
Wow, okay.
I feel like Giants are really going down. Like they've sorted out their
Yeah,
bandwagon
they've
people.
sorted it. Yeah.
So that's fine. I feel like Sydney, they just don't need me.
They got South Melbourne.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So-
and Geelong have all of Geelong.
Well, exactly. I'm not a massive Catters
No,
guy,
I
but
don't want to. I don't have to say anything about the town. You know my opinions on that town.
sure.
Absolutely, God's waiting room of a city. That's what I call it. Just an absolute heap.
Calling
But that's okay.
3128.
You're now ready to go. Okay, we're going to Port. Well, I
Yeah.
obviously am riding the Blues hardcore, going up to Brizzy next week
Sure.
to see the Blues in the flesh. And if the bandwagon or my wagon in the Blues does fall off the tracks, pick it up. I'm probably on Port. Give them what
Right.
they've done for us.
Yeah.
It's only right.
That's
it's only
true.
right. People have been asking. Maybe it's the Hawk. I've been big on the Hawk all year.
Yeah.
We'll get to that point if the bandwagon or my wagon does come off the tracks. But a lot to get through. Hey, a lot happening around the league. There is a lot happening. It doesn't feel like there is because there's no footy this week. There is footy, it's AFLW, but there's no AFL played this week. So everyone thinks that maybe we're just having a bit of a rest. No, we're not. There is stuff happening. There are cuts that are happening. People have been sacked from their jobs. There is list management taking place. There are trade requests. There are teams also on the side who are not doing that and getting ready for a big finals campaign. Before we do that, let's lube each other up. I did the shoot with Volk on Monday.
Yes.
Went very well, very funny. Great man. Just a great man. And I did say that I was from Perth. Jeez, was that a mistake? Every man his dog was he's actually from Wollongong. Okay, guys, sorry.
Well-
Sometimes, if you haven't realised by now, we'll just say something and just have no actual idea if that's true or not.
I think the thing is, though, you couldn't get it more wrong. Like, Perth is so far away.
Yeah, he's from Wollongong. Legong. He's called the Warilla Gorilla as well. Apparently, there was a rumour getting around. Not sure it's true if we can even say this, but back in the day, him and his brother would just roll down to a bar looking for fights just for fun.
Well, I mean, if it's the off-season and you need somewhere to train.
True.
You
Just
know.
smack some jaws.
I get it.
Love that. Yeah, he's scary. We did some shooting for about 3 hours together.
Yeah.
And 180 centimeters, I'm 202. We had a good chat. Nice guy. But I just know if he wanted to beat the absolute piss out of me, he would.
Well, of course.
So easily. But it's one of those ones where I thought maybe next to Volk that I could potentially take a few leg kicks, grapple him. There is no way. He would jump on me like an absolute spider and just grapple me to the ground.
Oh, so there's an element of it you actually thought that you would have stood a chance.
I don't want him to hear this because I think he's a fan of the program. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying if I just land a haymaker in hope, not sure if he's getting up. I hope he doesn't see that because that is just absolute. I do not want any trouble. I love the Volk. He's the Warilla Gorilla.
The what?
Warilla Gorilla. I love him. But
Sound like
yeah.
a bumbling band of baboons.
Yeah, well, okay. Now you're getting scary. Also, what's happening around? Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm running 93 Ks. So right now, as you listen to this, I am probably on the road pounding pavement. 2 days I'm doing it over. So I've done 45 Ks, 46 Ks yesterday. And I'm now currently through another 46 Ks, whatever it is today.
At time of release.
I'm starting. I'm on my run right now as listening to this.
Yep.
I'm on the run. I'm on the road again for day 2 of the 2 days of doing the Gatorade Lose by Run by.
Wow.
3Ks we got to get to. So I'm sore right now.
I think the general consensus as well in the comments was, please actually don't do this in one day. Like, you sort of, the way you phrased it was like, how would we all feel? Is that okay? And I think we all went, yeah, of course it is. It's insanity to do 93 Ks in one day.
100%. Well, I'm not a runner. And I don't run. I think there's, maybe not. Maybe everyone doesn't believe that at all. But I don't run. I'm not running for this. I haven't trained for this. It's just something that I get up and do, and I've done for the last, every month we've been doing this thing with Gatorade.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to be like, okay, time to run 93 kilometers, there's no way that my body will let me do that. Fitness-wise, I think I'm okay. Body-wise, absolutely not. Someone commented on YouTube that there's a thing called acute kidney failure.
Yep.
Which is literally your body and your kidney shutting down, turning into literally like a pea, and not being able to absorb any more fluid because your body's just melting. So don't want that to happen.
Doesn't sound great, does it?
And also I've got golf tomorrow. So
Well,
that's why I've knocked this out in 2 days. So it's going to be tough. Mental demons. Mental fucking weakness if you don't run 93 Ks. Guess what I'm not? Mentally weak. You hear that inside my lungs? You hear that? Inside my rib cage? It's a dog.
I do think, I like when you said, can you hear that inside my lungs while you're pointing to your head?
I've got a dog inside me. Okay, so we're on the road. It's happening.
Well done.
Have not thought about what happens if the Lions beat the Blues. That could be a bloodbath if we don't get some soldiers back. Up in Brizzy. Hoping not. Excited to go to Brizzy next week. Business trip. Genuine business trip.
Yep.
On the road. I think we'll get a lot of Blues people there. What other away games are there? Geelong in Port. Can't see a lot of the Cat fans getting there.
You don't reckon?
That'll be heavy, never tear us apart territory. That bridge won't know what hit it. There's going to be some serious bridge action there in Adelaide. So keen for that. And you got the Battle of the Bridge as well. Still haven't found a better name for that thing. Need a better name.
What don't you like about it?
Battle of the Bridge. Yeah. Name us something better than that.
But, yeah, I don't, but
Actually,
why?
it's the Derby. Is it Derby?
Well, yeah, no, I think they've just not mentioned
They
it.
haven't. Oh, that's right. They don't want to talk about the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know why?
Why?
Again, guys, don't shoot me on YouTube. I don't know. Oh, don't fire a DM. I'm just making this up. But I heard that it was because there was something that they don't want the battle of across either side of the bridge being like, oh, you guys are from Greater Western Sydney. You guys are from Sydney. They don't want that kind of
But also
aesthetic
the
around
west
it.
of Sydney then takes up the majority of Sydney.
True.
If you're going all the way up to the bridge. Like
True.
then it counts as CBD. It takes, those in a
100%.
like Bondi, all of that. And then it's really just the northern beaches that would be Sydney.
And you're not messing with 1-4.
Why not? Yeah. I don't know what that means, but no.
They're like a rap group. I think, again, don't know where they're from. I think they're from Sydney.
Okay.
You don't mess with them, mate.
Sure.
No, Sydney might have
Yeah.
Kylie Minogue.
Yeah. Justice Crew.
Western Sydney Justice Crew, Western Sydney
Yeah.
have 1-4, and you don't go across the bridge at 1-4's territory.
Really?
That's
Okay.
what I've learned in ganglands.
Yeah.
You do not mess with 1-4.
Yeah.
And bring your own shiv.
Are you a blood or a crip?
I'm not answering that question because I know what will happen to me. I'll go to America and it'll be a shiv in the kidney. Oh, acute kidney failure. Oh no, just shiv.
That's one way to do it.
You made your allegiance. Okay, well damn, I'm not making that. But no, I was in game back in the day. I was in Jones Street Boys, 4126.
Talk me through the Jones
Adelaide.
Street Boys.
Just something we made up in 4126. Not even the postcode of Adelaide. Didn't know how that works. It was the Jones Street Boys.
Who was in it?
Me, Woodja was in it.
Woodja, yeah.
Woodja was definitely in it. Woodja, me, and Maddie Slater. Maddie Slater, Jones Street Boys, what we do is give each other back tickles in class. So we were pretty tough at East Side Primary School.
Yeah. East Side.
Yeah, we were tough. Me
That's
and Maddie
a-
Slater. Is that the Jones Street Boys? Yeah, they're giving each other back tickles. Okay, don't mess with them.
So it's back tickles, it's whizzies,
We were tough, mate.
and that was the core. That was the what you
Chinese
stood for.
burns to each other.
Okay.
And also doing the thing where you bend over, you take deep breaths and stand up and someone squeezes you from behind, you pass out.
Yeah,
You go
sure.
unconscious for a bit.
Yeah, I was in a gang too.
No, you were not.
Well, yeah, the West is best, West Hobart boys.
And what did you do down there?
Me and John, we used to just set up a fake radio station in the bushes of the front yard and do that,
Great.
and just hope that
Get on to someone.
You know, I don't know, Kyle and Jackie O would walk past and go, who are these guys? These guys are amazing.
Those are really good.
Can they fill in for us when we go on holiday?
Yeah, right.
So that was my gang.
That's a radio gang.
It was just like a media gang.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right then. Well, yeah, we're both hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got Tats.
Oh, I'm really hard.
Okay, now you're making it weird. Look, lots happening. Let's get into it right now around the league. Where do you want to go here? Let's go.
Cool.
Let's go with the thing that's getting loud.
Yeah.
This thing is getting loud and continues to get louder and louder. Christian Petrarca had his review on Monday with the Demons, and Sam McClure dropped this. Now, old Sam, he's run with this story. He's doubled down on this hard as well. Now, we know sometimes he gets wrong, but he's gone really hard on this. So maybe he's been leaked something. I have no idea how this stuff gets out, but it's got out to Sam. Saying that Trac wants out for these reasons, on-field reasons. Wasn't happy with the Clary and all of us, Clary all the stuff happened in the off-season. Said that was handled horribly, distracted the way they were playing. Club not winning a final since their premiership year. Out in straight sets, haven't even made a final this year. And, that's right, he almost died on the field. So there's that one as well. He opened up on the Howie Gaines podcast and said this about everything. Has been very quiet on the whole situation. The club's been loud in it. The club made a statement when he went in the hospital. The club came out and said the Trac's not going anywhere. Trac's supposed to be on Channel 7, but then they pulled him off Channel 7 because he didn't want to talk. He didn't even get told about the interview. It was just that the club said he'll be speaking at 7. Trac said, no, I won't. He went on the Howie Games and said this about his injury. This must have been 3 a.m. in the morning. I didn't know at the time. I was drugged up. Bella came to his partner to the ICU the next day and basically said at 3 in the morning we got the number of the surgeon because he called to say you might not make it. He's in a critical condition because there was internal bleeding and everything. So I was in a serious and critical condition. For me, it was more than that. It hit home. It hit more home that rather than the actual injury itself, I'll be physically fine and able to train and get back to playing. It's just more that piece that the people around you feel it more than you do. Ever since the last 6 or 7 weeks have been really tough on both of us. She's been amazing for me since I first met her, but just through this experience, I've got some insomnia, I feel like, to be honest. I can't sleep because of stuff like that. I'm having to see a trauma psych to deal with what's going on. People are being lovely and friendly and asking me what's going on, like, how you going? I just think constantly getting asked about it, I'm just reliving it so much. For me, I think about it every day, which is something I'll eventually get over. So mentally, I'm struggling a little bit, but I know that the work I put in mentally with mindfulness and meditation and surrounding myself with good people, no doubt I'll be fine. So that's where he's at with on-field stuff, and which is probably forming a big basis of his reason to get out of the Melbourne Footy Club. But this has been a story that's been going on for 4 weeks now, and it's now becoming more concrete to me. This guy wants out big time.
Do you not think it feels longer than 4 weeks? Like, at
It's
least
been bubbling. Well, I think I know someone with newsbreakers here, but we ran with something post surgery.
Yeah.
That he was unhappy coming out of the surgery room, not being able to see anyone, or no one from the club got to see him.
Well, certainly from that incident to right now, it's just been.
It's gotten worse.
Yeah.
This is Melbourne Demons and we love what they do in their organisation, the Foot Club, the worst PR team in the world. Like, crisis meetings, horrible.
Yeah.
Kind of like Bailey Smith as an intern.
Sure. I mean,
They're good. They're great people. We love them. But when it comes to doing, like, Bailey and the intern work and bring coffees at the wrong time, PR stuff,
yeah.
shit house.
Yeah, not great.
Not great. So that's the on-field stuff that's happened to him. That's why that's formed half of his decision. Then there's the off-field stuff as well. His personal brand, which has been heavily spoken about, wants to play in front of bigger crowds, just sick of playing in front of crowds of seagulls.
Oh, yeah.
Which is fair enough. The last thing you want is when you play for a club to be like, okay, there's 12 people here and 45 seagulls. That's not good for the brand.
No.
He also said that he wants to enhance his personal brand and make more cash off the field with sponsorships. And if he goes to a big club like a Carlton, Collingwood, even Brizzy was thrown up there, but I think it was the same Melbourne, goes to these bigger clubs, we start making some coin, baby. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I reckon his off-field stuff will be worth $200,000-300K. Big
Don't
deal.
you think it's worth that regardless, though?
His off-field stuff?
I would say that Melbourne's a big team, as it is.
Melbourne's a big team and they're up and about, I feel.
Yeah.
But they piss off to the snow when things are tough.
That's
And that's not a bad thing. The snow's lovely.
Oh, I get it.
But I think, I mean, I feel if he's at a big club, say he goes to a Collingwood, Carlton, an Essendon, naturally more eyes, more ears, bigger sponsor opportunities, especially with a trade when he moves, the amount of sponsors that will jump onto him knowing that the hype and attention they'll get
huge.
around the Christian Petrarca stuff would be even bigger than it is right now. That's opportunity for money.
Yep.
So it's interesting to note here that his partner, Bella, manages his off-field partnerships. So she's taking a clip of this as well. So she's probably saying, hey,
don't worry
let's
about Bella.
Get out. Colgate want to take another hanger on you. What do you reckon? But you and I, we speak often about what we're hearing with Chinese whispers and sources around the footy club. Now, numerous players have been saying this. Stuff's coming back to us. They are happy for Trac to leave right now. At the start, it was one of these ones where it's like, okay, well, maybe he's just unhappy. We can bring him back. But Trac clearly doesn't want to be there. And the players at the footy club are now saying, honestly, we don't mind what he does. We're happy for him to leave, which is a big turnaround for a club who we feel like have been fighting for him, for now the players to have seeped through down to the players. And the players and DJ Shitboy are going, I can't spin decks to this kind of vibe, you know? That's not the vibe.
You could give it a go, but you know.
I know. And that's what we're hearing. It comes across our desk. So this is a guy who still has a contract at 2029, one of the highest paid footballers in the league, and it's not an easy out for him at all. So the club has all the power on this, the leverage. They have him locked in for a deal. You sign the deal. No one made you sign it. You sign up for this. You probably thought that things were going a different way and maybe things have changed, but you opted in. So they have all leverage. They can go to every club and get their best offers. They'll take whatever's the best offer on the table. So when that happens as a player, you got one other option and your manager, you get loud and you start shaking the tree and causing attention and causing all this noise to make sure that something happens. And I feel like that's what has happened here with Trac in the situation. So where to from here for Trac? Well, he can obviously go down the normal track of Trac.
Nice.
He can go down the normal path of saying, okay, well, I'm not happy, you're not happy, go and get a best offer. I want to go to these 3 clubs, make something work with them. Those clubs go away, they work, they bring something back, everyone's happy. Or this bizarre move that's just been broken, I think Ralphie broke it last night, he can go and ask for a trade from the AFL's grievance tribunal, sorry.
Yep.
In the AFL collective bargaining agreement, he can ask the AFL to step in and force a trade for him, which is wild, never been done before. So he can say, oh yeah, they had a negligence in my health, and I want you to mediate with them and get me out of this contract, which would be absolutely wild.
But it is a workplace. That's not uncommon in the rest of the world.
As we said,
you know,
if 1-4 was to break in here and to shiv you,
sure,
and then you say, oh, actually, I feel a bit nervous about working tomorrow, I could say no, but then you could be like, okay, well, I'm going to go to WorkSafe.
Yeah.
And that's how it would work.
Yeah. I wouldn't, but that's a good example.
You'd be shaking your boots, mate, if 1-4 came in here and shivved you. I wouldn't, because I'm on a gang, Joint Street Boys.
And have you seen your shoes?
And
You'll be fine.
And you wouldn't last a second in a cell. I give you a strong point. I think what's happened here right now, they're getting loud. They're getting really, really loud. They want to get out of there, obviously. So what do you do?
Yeah.
As a club now, it's that big, you have to move them on.
Yeah.
You can't keep them around. There's no turning this thing around. And everyone goes, oh, the players shouldn't sign the contracts for that long of a deal. It's also the managers. The managers are going to lock themselves in for a slice for that long. So the managers really should be saying, hey, before you sign this monster contract that's going to keep you at this club for life, just say, for instance, in 5 years' time, something goes south. Do you still want to ride this ship that's sinking? No one talks about that stuff.
No. Bella wouldn't have said anything.
Bella would have said, hey, there's Colgate ads coming out of our ears here and cash converter ads. Let's keep doing it. So let's see. Let's see what happens in this space, but getting loud. All right, the All-Australian squad was released on Monday night. How angry are you?
I'm fuming.
You don't have to be stiff to be dead, do you?
Cover that up.
Stiff.
I remember saying that someone asked me at the start of the season, what does a successful St Kilda season look like? And I thought, all right, I'm not going to say like prelim minimum. Like I didn't think we were there, but I thought this was the year where we get more than 2 players in the All-Australian, and I felt like that would be a successful progression. So to have one
was, the stiffest here was Big Rowan Marshall.
Oh, my God.
Don't we reckon? Had an absolute unbelievable. Now, started a bit slow, but geez, he came on. He might win their BNF by an absolute mile.
Which, how ironic. Like if Sinclair doesn't, but he's, I don't know.
And couldn't get a look in. So the team, I think what we took away was all the normal studs are in the team.
Sure.
Your staple names, they're in there. Some guys who might have raised some eyebrows, which we're about to talk about. So we know that Rowan Marshall, Darcy Cameron went in over Rowan Marshall. And Darcy's had a good year, but a better year than Rowan. Question marks were raised over that. Cam Rayner, explosive, but had he had a really good year? The Brisbane Lions fans will say so. But from afar, I'm going, okay, he was explosive at times. Was he the best 40-odd players in the league? Obviously. And then Freo have 5 studs in the squad. Don't make the finals, but they have Brayshaw, Clark, Sarong, Young, and Ryan. That's a huge amount of ins for a team that did not make finals.
Yeah.
So they got some, and they're going to add Bolton to that potentially in the year, maybe someone else. Look out for Freo next year. And then Adelaide and Richmond, nobody representing their clubs in this team. They have shit all in this squad. Tough going. Sam Flanders, another one that was probably snubbed. Averaged 31 touches. He'd be probably the AFL's most improved player.
Yeah, I like
this
that.
year. So last year played 14 games, averaged 24 touches. If there was is there a award for that? I don't think there is.
No,
there's not. But he'd get that for sure. But
Yeah.
he was snubbed, averaging 31 touches. That's eyebrow.
Pretty hard
raised
to do.
every
Yeah.
round. Does not even get a look in. And the big one here, Massimo D'Ambrosio, who was traded at the buzzer in the trade period for an absolute packet of chips from the Bombers to the Hawks, makes the squad. And if we're picking teams or a team based off actual positional players where you'd want a winger to play, he makes his squad 10 times out of 10. But given that we know what happens with these teams, they just start lodging stars in different spots. You're gonna have Tristan Jerry on a half back line just because he's been that good. Oh no, we just have to cram him in there. So he's probably gonna be stiff not to make the team, but he's been unbelievable this year. So wow, so a lot of this, as there is every year, just some eyebrows raised coming out of that stuff.
Yeah.
That's okay though. While we're angry about St Kilda and Roe Marshall, just on St Kilda, heard a whisper.
Did you?
You're not going to like this at all.
Oh my God.
Watch this space on Max King and what they're able to give for Trac. Now, I know it's not a big four club, but got a war chest, have a piece to move. Just watch it.
Okay.
And I think deep down it probably makes sense. Given that Melbourne would take it with another pick attached to it, and St Kilda can facilitate it financially.
Well, and I also understand the Trac wants to go to a big club. So I totally get it.
He wants to go to a club where the supporters lodge chopsticks in their eyes, and that's the one. Just all that, along with the story that broke with Sam McClure, Caro said this about Jared Schofield not maybe getting the job at West Coast because of an interesting reason. Did you hear this?
Yeah, I did.
All right, let's play it.
Tattoos has a probably belies your.
I think you're asking the question.
I'm not being. I don't know any other coach who's got lots of tattoos. Is it something that
I don't think
West
it'll
Coast
cost him
would?
getting the job. Put it that way. We're going to move on. Close checking is up next.
So she said that maybe Schofield might not get the job because he's got some tattoos. So you'd be in all sorts. You would not get a look in with your sports sleeve. Caro rolling with that. That felt like a very much for me. You know when your grandma's like, hey, don't get tattoos, you regret it later. Hey, grandma, shut up. My body kind of thing. I don't know where she, even at the end there, Hutchie wraps her up because he knows how ridiculous it is. And then Kane, who's sitting there, is like, just please get me to Channel 7. I'm over this shit. Holding back laughter. One of the most interesting takes. Now, I don't know if there's an award going on behind the scenes that maybe we, as the public, don't know about for being worst journalist.
Oh, that's not fair.
It's right on.
Nah.
That was a horrible take.
It was. I will be honest, though. I don't think that it's ever impacted a decision as to whether or not a coach is going to get the job. But I've certainly looked at it and gone, that looks odd. That's new. Like, I haven't seen that before.
But in terms of impacting a job, if he'd won
New.
all their last games that he coached, so 5 whatever games it was, you think they're going to go, well, actually, hold on.
No. And now I'm a sleeve owner because I get it. It only improves your work, if anything. I feel certainly more empowered.
It'd be great. Yeah. I like the sleeve. I don't think it's just a crazy comment. I think maybe when Caro said that, it's one of those things like we do all the time here. Something comes out your mouth and you go, oh, I shouldn't have said that. We have the luxury of you being able to cut it out when it's too ridiculous.
They don't have an
does
Ollie.
not have that luxury on live TV. Just a horrible call from Caro. So that's okay. Keep throwing stuff at the wall, see what sticks. This might be my favourite news story of the year. Justice headline alone.
Headline low.
Just this headline alone. Michael Voss chased down tackle on a car thief. Now, when we were sitting here yesterday morning, just getting ready for the day, having our coffees, when this story broke, I said, this is just my favourite thing ever. Michael Voss at a Hawthorn cafe ordering 2 lattes. He's there waiting, flicking through the paper. Sammy Walsh is also in the cafe. Sitting there, hear a big bang. A car has just flipped on its side. We've got 2 thieves inside the car. The car's upside down. The thieves are trying to get out of the car. Michael Voss goes out there, gets his phone, takes a photo just in case he needs it for the cops, records them as well. The 2 thieves start lipping him. One has a knife. So Vossi puts the phone in his pocket and says, boys, I'll give you a 5-second head start. And then just hunts one of them down, try to jump a fence to 2 robbers. He grabs one, pins him to the ground, does a citizen's arrest, and then he goes back and gets his coffees. Like shit all just happened. unreal. If that's not a coach that is just setting the tone for the boys to go to Brizzy, I don't know what is. The boys have no excuse not to just put on the performance of their life, knowing their coach risked his life for a thief to stop crime in the city. Like Batman, we've got Voss Man. I love that story so much.
It was pretty awesome, wasn't it?
It's so good. I mean, imagine being a thief, being like, okay, I've done this. I've rolled a car. I'm in trouble here. Okay, there's just a guy that's just taking a photo. I can outrun him. You picked literally the worst, most badass ex-footballers to do it in front of. Michael Voss hunting you down the street, knowing that he loves doing chase down tackles. He loves a bit of body contact. That's the guy you rolled the car in front of? That's just bad luck.
That's on you, buddy.
I love it.
How funny is that? Do you
much.
reckon he paid for the coffees?
I reckon he would. I reckon maybe the cafe owner said, "Oh, these ones in the house," and he probably said, "You bet your ass they are."
Or no, Vossi probably went, absolutely not. I'll pay, and here's a tip.
Yeah, if you want me to come back and stop some more crime, I will.
Yeah.
And then he just got his Batmobile and went off he went.
Vossman.
Unbelievable. That's a guy who just puts his body on the line. And Sammy Walsh in the cafe had no idea what was going on, having his bacon and eggs. Saying what?
Yeah,
happened?
well, I mean, Walshy's really thrown under the radar.
Yeah.
So he needs to up his game.
I think in
anything.
Vossi's pre-game, he'd be saying, boys, this means everything to me. And he'd just be eyeballing Walshy, knowing that Walshy didn't move. Some of us put our bodies on the line. Walshy.
Some of us tried to chase down two criminals. I got one.
Yeah.
Where did the other one go?
Yeah, at the game, like, Walshy, I noticed in the second quarter you didn't chase down hard enough. Why not?
Where have I seen that before?
I'm just thinking, Walshy, I chased two criminals and I'm old as shit. So the reason why you didn't chase that player down because you were tired, I risked my life, almost got shivved. I love Vossi so much.
Yeah, legend.
Just gone up so far. We need vision. I want actual camera vision. I want his vision.
Well, I need to see. We would certainly need to send it to the MRO, regardless. What sort of a tackle was it?
Well, also, I heard the Chinese Whispers are strong this episode. The Chinese Whispers out of that was that when Vossi made the tackle, the cafe all yelled, "Ball!" all in unison. Which is unreal if true.
Yeah, well, I've got no reason to believe it didn't happen.
So Michael Christian, look at that though. So hopefully he did get the technique right.
You'd like to think so. He strikes me as, by the book guy.
I mean, it's going to be high impact, intentional.
Certainly intentional.
Head contact to the ground. Mm-hmm. So he he might miss the trip to Brizzy.
Yeah.
Which is be a big blow for the Blues who are trying to get some players back.
You know how crazy it is, the world we live in these days, where last night, I don't know why, but I watched a documentary on the history of the Kardashians, but like from more of a business.
That's so off brand for you.
Just like from a business point of view.
Great.
Like how that, like all the,
how they built it.
And a lot of it was about, like Kim advertising her perfume by being flower bombed, but on purpose.
Yep.
So then it would make the news.
Great.
I'm like, could you imagine if all of this was staged just to get the boys fired up? Go, oh my God, did you see what I coached in today?
Yeah.
But it's all... That's how my mind's working now.
It turns out the thief was just the physio. It's an inside job.
It's an inside job.
That's not a bad marketing ploy. You know what we should do? We should do something like that for next year for the pod.
Yeah, like save a kitten on a roof or something.
Yes.
Like save
We'll do something. Okay. Oh, I loved it. I loved it so much. Yeah. And before we get any further into what's happening in the league, the Grey Man is back. Please welcome Towner's back. He's back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great to have you back, mate. How are we?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. It's been a big week since last time we talked. I went off. We had to get the pizzas ready and try and get a bit of footy tucker there. I reckon, mate. We've nailed it.
You have,
it's been a big week at Bubba.
You look exhausted.
I am, mate. I'm rooted.
What we said to, if you're picking this up for the first time, you're listening for the first time, we sent Towners away to go work at Bubba Pizza.
Yeah. Oh, we threw the gauntlet out there.
We're not happy with the footy food at the moment.
Yeah.
We need some new stuff, some creations. We need to somehow bring the footy to the home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now Towners has gone away and you've gone man in the kitchen.
I think so.
All right. I'm nervous.
Mate, we've got to eat this stuff, so I reckon we do. But we've gone fairly plain. There's nothing fancy about this. It's just good, honest footy tucker.
I've got a feeling this will be stuff we've never seen before. All right, here we go. Pizza One's coming over.
Yeah,
this
here we go.
Scary. What it is.
Give us a look at him.
For those listening to the pod, I'll try and describe what's happening.
Oh yes. Have a look at that.
I see chips.
So my first thing I'll note about this is there's no empty space in the box.
No, look at that.
So do you want to tell people what you've done here?
We've done. Hang on, I'll get that sauce there. I'm not so keen on sauce.
Okay.
We've done the. When we first started doing this, I always look at the pizza and I'm thinking, wasted space, and we all live in a compact world now, don't we?
We do.
Smaller houses,
Apartment living.
yeah, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
No, so we're thinking, let's fill up the corners with some nice chips. This is the pizza one.
Okay.
The dim sim are South Melbourne dim sims, so they're the good ones. We're not going with the little
No.
dog poo ones. We
No,
don't
what
like
I'm
it.
looking at here is a pizza with dim sims on it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And mate, $10. And like I keep saying, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slices with the chips, a couple of sherbets.
It's big.
You feed a few of your mates for $10.
Done. Yeah.
What's better?
If you've got mates.
We've got mate. We'll have a look around.
Put a
We've
few
got
here.
mate.
It's very good, ladies and gentlemen. That's Ollie.
I should say, as a producer, what we're going to do as well, for those listening, we're going to try and trim down how much chewing we're doing for you. So we're going to eat it
be
and
clean.
then
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
this is unbelievable. I love it.
It's really good. Really, that's a good start. What's the second one we got?
Meat pie pizza.
Meat pie pizza. I'm hearing.
Why not?
Tanner's voice changed.
Sorry, man.
Meat pie
That
pizza.
one over there.
All right, run us to this one.
Now,
Tanner.
this one took a little bit of work
Did it?
because there's no such thing as a South Melbourne pie. Salubrious pies.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Again, if you're not seeing this on YouTube,
Hang
there's
on.
now meat pies on a pizza,
And I'll put that.
which I'm all about.
Oh, mate, it's gold. These like have we
Yeah.
got smell-o-vision here? We haven't.
No,
had
no, we haven't.
Ne-
put that
next
in yet.
season, I'm
Next
pretty
season.
sure we will.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Look at that.
That's beautiful.
The sauce is there, so the chips for $10.
It's pretty good.
You like that?
The texture of the pie on the pizza base for me, which is just next level. So we've got one more here that you brought in. This is your last crazy invention.
This is the baby. We went to Marvel, and like I don't go to the footy too much, but my good mate said, "Come to the footy." I took my darling wife and my darling wife's brother-in-law. He came along for a feed and a beer. So we go there. We go up to the little service thing there. We get a couple of sherbets. Go in there. There's this fucking hot dog there. Like, honest, you wouldn't give it to your worst fucking enemy. I reckon it'd be sitting there for 3 days.
Wow.
We went Friday night, so it might have been the previous Friday night, and they forgot to take the thing out. It was just
Give it to Collingwood fans, I would.
oh, they wouldn't even eat it. They'd have to suck it, I suppose. I don't know, getting their fucking teeth. But anyway,
And the price.
so we go home. I say to me mate at Bubba, I said, we've got to do something. We've got to help these people out. So I thought I was fairly justified in shit canning their little hot dog thing, but the feedback we got from them, mate.
Some
that-
hot dogs
I'm
on
right
it.
in saying they're hot dogs on a pizza.
So now
That
we're looking,
is-
ladies and gentlemen, now we're looking at hot dogs on pizza,
Look at that.
which I know might sound out there because you've never. When change is hard for people,
Yes.
sure, but it's also
Yeah.
needed to progress
Correct.
in society.
You have
This is
to-
what we're doing right here.
Yes.
Let
Yeah.
me get my teeth into that.
Yep. What you do is, with this one, the sauce and the mustard is already put on. So don't go too early, boys. Don't go too early. You've got to close her up.
Nah, hot dog style.
See, close her up like that, and you just,
Straight down the gob.
oh. Fucking beautiful, I'm going.
You come up with 3 great pizzas.
Yeah.
$10 we're talking. Now, online, call up your Bubba Pizza, your local one. Be one near you. There's that many in the stores. You get it for $10 for the final series coming up. They're being released next Wednesday. Bring the finals experience to
For
your
the whole
house.
month. The whole month.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. And the thing is, too, is they deliver. You can ring them up, get the little bloke on the pushy.
Could
Next
be
thing-
you.
Oh, no, I'm too busy making new creations, mate. There's going to be more of these.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be more.
Unreal. All online.
Yep. Just
And you can find them there. Bubba Pizza.
everybody's on the phone thing or whatever you want to call them.
Phone.
Google Bubba Pizza. It's got the what's
QR
that thing
code,
there?
it's
Yeah, the
called.
QR code. Yeah.
Done.
Happy days.
Everyone, flood there right now. We're telling you, we know we're loving him, and you probably heard a lot of chewing, but these are actually unbelievable. These
Yeah,
are
sorry,
different to
but
anything
yeah.
you've ever had before.
I'm gonna have another bite.
Go
Okay.
to Bubba Pizza, $10, absolute bargain. Honestly, it'll change your world. It'll change your taste
Yeah.
buds world. We've also, before we wrap this up, we've also
Oh,
got
yes.
are these called the Daycast Donuts? Is that what we call them? A trademark. Peter might be all over that in terms of royalties.
Yeah.
We know how we feel about Dacos'
Let's go to these.
donuts.
So these are jam dollars you get from Bubba as well. $10 for 6. Jam dollies.
Have a look
This
at
is
those.
just Bargain
Woo!
Central.
Look at
Let's
them.
get into these.
Nothing better. I tell you.
Unreal.
Oh, that's not bad, is it?
You've nailed it, mate.
Hey?
Again, who said it again? Bubba pizza, $10.
A better.
For the whole lot. Pizza, $10. Pizza, $10. Pizza, $10. Jam, 6 jam donuts, $10. Appreciate
Pleasure.
you coming on. You're an absolute legend.
Thank you.
Thanks, Towers.
Let's go.
Thank you. Beautiful.
What's happening in the league? Kane Corns. This is big. You might not like it, but it's going to be big for the industry. And given the new commentary is coming in for next year, and they don't want the classic same old style commentary, we're going to get the same old style. We're going to get the same commentary style here because Kane Corn going from Channel 9 to Channel 7. Big poaching because he is Channel 9. He's on Footy Classified. He's on the Footy Show. He's been holding that network together, I feel.
Yeah.
Channel 7 don't have a lot in terms of talent. They get him over now. He's going to do commentary of the games, which I haven't noticed him do a lot of commentary.
Haven't heard a lot.
No. I think he's really good on SEN
Yeah.
coverage, but he does the footy. So he's going to do game day coverage.
Yep.
He's going to do podcasting. He's going to do another show. He's going to do the news. So he's going to be in a long-term contract. That's some big coin for Kane.
That's a Petrarca style contract.
It's a massive, massive contract. So well done to him. They're going to get a real one. I love Kane. I think we're coming around to Kane. At the start, he was very just sounded different. That sounded like just a take because you want to get attention. Very Caro style. But now I think people are going, okay, well, actually, there's some stuff to what he's saying. This guy is controversial when he says, but he says stuff that people are thinking about somewhere.
And I think the importance of that move there is that I don't remember the last time Channel 7 have had someone like that for a little while. Like, Channel 7 is still, in my head, the broadcaster of the AFL. Like, even if you watch Fox, it's like, well, no, it's Channel 7 is the thing, right?
Yep.
And it's pretty cool to now have someone who will be on there and just shake it up a little bit because it's all been a little bit safe and samey. So now it's like, bang.
Well, it's been BT and then JB and then the same voices. So I think there's going to be, I really am looking forward to a new mix of commentary. I think we're due. It's just a bit stale. I think we need to get some new voices in that box. So Kane would be good. I really like Daisy Thomas.
Yep.
I think he's good. I like Abby doing the boundary stuff. I think she's great at it. So I think we're going to see some great new characters in the game. But also just love the great people, or the greatest people doing the job.
Yeah.
We don't really care for names anymore. You know, just give us the best people.
Yep.
We want to sit down and just have an experience of great commentary.
Well, it's something that happens in a lot of other countries. It's like you don't have to have played 250 games to be
No.
good at this job.
Well, actually,
Like,
I think
you know.
we'd probably prefer if you didn't play any games. You know?
But the history of the broadcasters would suggest that you absolutely do.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
Like it gives you some kind of like psychic better insight
Yeah.
into the game because you've been out there. You know? I've been out there. I can't speak for shit.
yeah, no, horribly.
Literally. Thank you. I know what you did there. All right, let's talk about it. Players are being cut. Lists are being changed. There's a lot of movement now. And if you have been cut and your dream has been dashed and you've just lost your job, congrats to you. Still, you know what? You made an AFL list. You sat in front of an AFL club. You sat in front of recruiters. You sat in front of AFL coaches, and they said, we believe in you. Welcome to the footy club. And that's a lot more than anyone else. And you should be very proud of what you've done. And I'm proud of you, and we are proud of you. In saying that, you've been sacked at the moment, which isn't great.
No.
It's not a good feeling. You got to figure out what you want to do. Do you want a second chance? Do you want to go get a job? Do you want to be a real estate in Bayswater? Whatever you want to do. Do you want to be an intern here?
Yeah.
We are giving them out like they're fucking hot pancakes.
This at this rate, we'll take anyone.
We'll take literally anyone after what happened at the start of this
Yeah.
episode. So let's go around the clubs and see what's happening in Clubland. So for Essendon, they completed their first round of cuts and delistings. Kane Baldwin, Jaden Hunter, Nick Hind raised an eyebrow. 15 games this year. I thought he was okay. I thought he had a bit of juice in him still.
Yeah, he was good enough, I thought.
I thought maybe a little St Kilda off half-back thing.
A bit of a return too.
Well, you got rid of Riley Bonner. Back to St Kilda.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I thought he was okay. I think he's got something in him.
Right.
And son of Gavin Wanganeen. Tex let go as well. 5 games in 3 years. So that's what Essendon are right now. Still got another round of delistings to go. Still got the contract stringer situation up in the air. So they're going to make some moves this year. Who's cutting, who's getting traded. At Melbourne, Josh Jackie, the former number 2 pick, is now been let go as well by Melbourne. Second pick behind Wiedering. Also the same draft that the Lions used for pick 1 on him. They passed on Harry and Charlie in that draft. And Kai Farris-White, 206 centimetre basketball project, has also been listed. They join now Ben Brown and Angus Brayshaw in this list that's changing for Melbourne, and we've still got some players that are probably going to leave out of there. Alex Neil-Bullen's out. Trac, we think, is out the door given everything that's happening, so this Melbourne team will look different next year. Your boy, the Saints, they're not messing around tidying up their list. They got busy last night. Season ended a few days ago. D-list Bonner. I'll get your thoughts on each one. Bonner, good or bad one?
I feel like probably deserved another year.
So, you know what? Sure, he misses a few targets, but he gives you a little bit of something, you know? I thought he'd be good enough to get another year at least.
You would have thought so.
Tom Campbell?
Nah, like probably he's just a bit too old.
Fair enough. I mean,
Like it's might be time. I really like him though, but it's
This next one, I don't think he played Van Ez. Know him? Nope. Okay.
I've actually never heard of it.
Allison?
Been in the system probably long enough now that should have made a mark, but hasn't been able to crack in. So
Yeah, right. Okay.
unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles there.
Fair enough. At Collingwood, John Noble, this just came out of left centre, asked for a trade.
Yeah.
Now, filthy that he missed out on the premiership, got dropped for Markov, friend of the show. He's a legend, so hard to say be angry at that. But
Yeah.
angry that he did miss the premiership, probably been sitting on it, stewing on it. Has he been out of the team this year or not?
Not as certainly not as much.
No,
as,
a bit of consistent
yeah.
this year. So he's been playing some football, got his value up this year by playing some football. Now said that he wants to go to the Suns because of family reasons. You know how I feel about family reasons. Just so we're clear here, family reasons. Now, there might be family reasons, but family reasons are my family has a reason for me to, they want me to earn more money. My family wants me to go back home. My family would like if I had a longer contract.
Also, he's from Adelaide. So
He's from Adelaide. My family who live in Adelaide would also like me to have more money. Hey, family reasons is just a nice way to say I'd like to leave this joint. And you can't really press me on it because family reasons.
Since we've been talking about family reasons, I've been waiting for that trade of, I'm requesting a trade to the Gold Coast for family reasons. But John, you're from Adelaide.
I know.
Yes, correct.
So apparently he's got a brother in Queensland.
Oh, well, there's your reason.
There's your reason.
That's all you need.
I mean, your family reason could be, I want to go to Perth, but you're from Adelaide. Yeah, but my family once travelled to Perth and had great things to say about it.
Yeah.
So where's the line of family reasons, you know?
You just need one.
Just need one, yeah. So I can't wait to see all these family reasons coming up. So he'll go to the Suns, you think. Now, they have pick 6, 13, 20, 26, 34, 46 and 70 in this year's draft and can now trade a future pick. So I'm thinking he'd be a great get for the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'd be really good. Now, the sun on his skin, that makes me anxious because he's got pasty skin. He's going to blister up big time in that sun. So he needs to get there early and get the skin accustomed to the sun up
It needs
there.
customized skin.
Customize his skin.
Yeah.
Accustomed to the sun up there because it's a different breed of sun up there. But he won't change your team. No, he's going to win you a flag. He's going to win your final series. No way. But he'll give you some speed off halfback. He'll be pinging off halfback. You put him and Rioli off the back line together. Good luck stopping that. So we're thinking what? It'll be Pies will ask out of those picks for a pick 20.
They'll go for that, and I reckon they land back on the 26.
It'll go back one.
Yeah.
I reckon Suns will push for a 26 or a 34.
Yeah. Look, if they're dropping this bloke for the grand final, they clearly,
And that'll be the Suns' argument.
Yeah, it's like, mate,
he wants to leave, but he's contracted for another 2 or 3 years, I think.
Two.
So that makes it hard. These contracts are so funny. They're not worth shit all, are they? Not really.
Contract.
Yeah, not really. Some Chinese whispers about Soldo as well, coming out of Port. Just left Richmond to go to Port. Apparently now he started the season in the team, got injured, tried to crack back in the team, got moved past by in the pecking order by Sweet. And then they also picked, what's his name? Big son of a bitch, Vicentini, I think, over him last week when they dropped Charlie or Charlie went out of the team. So clearly he's now third in the pecking order. Just some stuff about Soldo maybe wanting to get out of there.
Yeah.
So watch that space on him. Richmond, there's a bit happening here, ladies and gentlemen. Richmond, Rioli, out officially. Told the club yesterday that he wants to leave the footy club, wants to reunite himself with Dimmer up in the Goldie, get a new challenge. I think he used the word challenge. Wants a new challenge. I'm sick of winning flags here and spoons. I want a new challenge.
I've won it all.
I've done everything here. So, I mean, and you'd be silly not to go up to the Suns. Beautiful weather, beaches. You got strip clubs and you only play 23, 24 games a year. That's big. That's a great draw card.
What more do you want?
That's a draw. Damien Harvey's just going to go to town on Richmond here. Yeah, just going to start. His phone would be full of text messages to players say, hey, just think about it.
You up?
Yeah. You want to have a chat? FaceTime? I'll come to you.
Yeah.
I have no doubt Dimmer's getting busy.
Yeah.
Getting real busy. But Richmond won't have anyone we recognise next year. This will be a team you don't know at all.
No.
There's even talks around Litchy leaving.
I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to Fair enough.
I think if you're Richmond now, if everyone's leaving, this is a chance for you. If you're looking around the rooms and you got some value in here, you start going to cash converters, equivalent of clubs, and saying, what have you got for it?
Yep, agreed.
You know? And I think that means everyone's on the table. Clearly, if Bolton's leaving, your best player, or Rioli and Bolton, your two best players, then everyone's on the table.
Blow it up, because it could just prolong the rebuild, really. Like, if you've got one really good player just doing nothing but...
100%.
You know?
You have to start your rebuild right now. You got a new coach. Everyone's leaving. The ship is sinking. Get rid of everyone that you don't think will be there for the next 2 or 3 years and bring in new blood, new players, and start building this thing right now. Because in 4 years, it'll be way better than getting down the track 2 or 3 years. This player retires, this player now leaves, and then you're just trying to plug holes for the next 3 years. Get rid of them now and just do it. And you'll have 2 years of absolute shit football and heartache. But in 4 years' time, 5 years' time, you'll be so thankful you did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at us, list managers. So Rioli is interesting because he will win their best and fairest by a mile and then has to make an acceptance speech. That's going to be awkward. That'd be really, really awkward. So, fuck it. He might get up there and be like, oh, I've got family reasons. Dimmer is like family to me. And you can't argue with it. You can't argue with that.
He said the 2-word sentence no club wants to hear.
No, what else is happening? Oh, Tom Barrass and West Coast have finally made it official. They're going to part ways. That one's been bubbling away under the surface for a little bit. We know the story that he had his family reasons. And now he's just got a better offer on the table. The rug was pulled under him from a year or so ago when they said, look, I want to stay. This is what Sydney's offering me. I just want you to match it.
Yep.
Now West Coast came to the table with an offer that was significantly not anywhere near what they spoke about verbally, which is always dangerous when you put verbal offers out there. It needs to be on paper. So they came back with something that was not the same as they spoke about. And so he said he's out of there. He's got a 4-year deal on the table from the Hawks. He's 29. And if you're Hawks, you have pick 12 to give him. So the Hawks have to look at this thing and go, okay, we got 29-year-old Barrass, good defender, 4 years. Do we want to give him pick 12 or do we want to keep a pick 12 because we think a pick 12 can have a 10-year, 15-year longevity over a 29-year-old key defender? Maybe it's a future first, something like that. I don't know that. But West Coast came out and said, now they released something in their statement which made me very nervous. It said, we will endeavour to meet Tom's request while protecting the best interests of the West Coast Eagles. No shit. I would hope if I was a West Coast fan, the best interests of the West Coast Eagles would be probably priority over Tom's best interests. The guy wants to leave. Let's just protect our interests.
Yeah.
How about we will get the best offer for Tom given his value in the market because it's in our best interests? Don't say that.
The West are just doing their own thing out there, aren't they?
The West, but it's so funny. People are going back to seeing what Tom said in June. And in June, he said, it happens every year. It's hardly a story. AFL clubs chasing established key position players. It's just the currency of football. So I wouldn't be reading into it too much. I'm a West Coast player. Unless the rug gets pulled out from under my feet, I'll stay that way. Crazy. So we'll see where that lands. And the last thing I want to talk about, and to wrap up what's happening in the league, given that it's just a lot going on, we have Bolton's premiership medals have been found. So in, I think, 19 and 20, he lost 2 premiership medals. I think it was taken from his house.
Yeah.
And there was a police investigation going on in Seaford. They broke into a house, had a search warrant, and found his 2 medals there. Now, I'm thinking this happened. Vossi got a taste for stopping thieves. So when he left the Hawthorn Cafe, he was like, ooh, I kind of like that.
That felt good.
Started driving around Melbourne, just breaking into houses, seeing what crimes he could solve. Pulled out, these 2 medals from a cupboard in Seaford and said, I knew they were here, and called the cops. Vossi had an absolute day yesterday stopping crime around Melbourne.
I can't wait for Vossi's exit interview for the year. Now,
Yeah.
Vossi, you just got to stop solving crimes, buddy.
Vossi, do you want to be an AFL coach or do you want to be like a police officer? What's the go? We're sick of you doing this. Yeah. I'll tell you what a crime is. You want to solve a crime, but it's a crime we have on a flag in 30 years.
Have a look at this record.
Have a look at this empty trophy
Crack
cabinet.
that case, mate.
Have that. Yeah, that's not one in there. It's stolen. There's no trophy in there. Find that one. That would get him up and about.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's it's wild, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for sitting through us with that. There's a lot going on in the league, even though there's no football this week. A lot happening, though. And now, as we said, there's no AFL this week. AFLW is on, but we got some players who are trying to get healthy for next week. Adam Treloar's got a calf. Will Day's got his collarbone. And the big one that the ears have picked up, Sam doggedy. Still has that dog in him. And this is just wild if it happens. 25 weeks ago, ladies and gentlemen, ruptures an ACL, a 12-month injury, just has an absolute recovery and rehab process that you could only dream of. To now get himself to Saturday, where he has one more session to tick off, been in training for 3 weeks now, full training, one more Saturday session, which is essentially a bit of a hit out, light hit out.
Sure.
Not going full pelt, but game sim to prove and put his hand up for selection. Isn't that just crazy?
That's incredible.
That is wild. His last 3 games have been at the Gabba. Lost the final, opening round does a knee, goes back to the Gabba again. The guy's not human.
Nah, it's
He's
freaky.
not. That's just. It's just to have a mindset to be like, you know what? I know I've done ACL, and I hope we get him on and speak to him on the show. But being one of my best friends, his mindset was literally once he did his knee, a week after his knee, I'm coming back. And I said, you're fucking loco. What?
It's one of those things where you just like, you let them think that to encourage the process.
You'd be nice. Like, oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
you know what? You will be back. Yeah, you'll be fine. Never in my wildest dreams.
Yeah.
I will support and be. I never, ever would I thought this guy's going to come back from an ACL potentially 25 weeks after doing it.
Yeah.
Just wild. Got no quit in him. Got a dog in him. Just a stud. So he'll be back. We will hopefully think, touch wood, that he'll be back and gets through that training session on Saturday. And the AFLW starts this weekend. Footy for the women is back on. Some big games Friday night. Swans at home against the Pies. Eagles v Richmond, 9:15 p.m. start for us in Melbourne.
Yeah, it's late.
That's late. Saturday, Giants and Dogs, Bombers and Freo, Suns and Saints, Cats and the D's, Port and Adelaide. Throwdown. And then Sunday, Hawks v Blues. Speaking of the Blues, Carlton don't follow me on Instagram, so that's all good. And then the last game is Lions v North. This is our team here, the show's team.
Yeah.
Lions. Got to get behind them big
Oh,
time.
big time.
Big time. And things to note, just coming to the AFLW, which he spoke about last week, Christy Lee Weston Turner, number 1 pick. Excited to see her play. Does have a nickname. It's Westo.
Confirmed.
Confirmed. It's not KLWT13, which is probably a bit long than her actual name.
I liked it, but yeah.
Yeah. And last time we spoke about Yasmin Dersma
Yes.
playing football and dating Harley. They have broken up from what I've heard. So that was awkward.
So hang on, not since the episode, they had been broken up before.
I don't think the episode broke them up.
No.
And if it did, I would be very, I'd
That's
feel
on us,
very responsible
yeah.
for the program breaking a couple up. But I think just love is mysterious.
Wow.
So good luck to both of them.
Yeah.
Love them both. But excited to watch some women's footy.
Yeah,
Excited
it's
to
gonna be great.
Be great. Good to have that week by itself so you can watch it.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so hungry. Hungry for a Sportsbet's feed. That's right. We've got another one this week, ladies and gentlemen, on the feed. Jump on Sportsbet. It's all there. Follow me. Follow Ollie. This week, AFLW starts. So we're jumping on a team multi here. We've got Sydney to beat Collingwood, Richmond to beat West Coast, Essendon to beat Freo, the Suns to beat St Kilda, Hawthorn to beat Carlton, and our team, Brisbane, to beat North Melbourne. It is all there on the feed. Go and check it out. Also, next week, we're going to start talking about some NFL because NFL is back on as well. I'm keen. Look at the market on Sportsbet. I'm getting around San Fran, $7 for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's some good value.
Well, also, I didn't really bring it up at the time, but your fantasy team was just all San Francisco, which I don't think is the tactic.
So, yeah, someone commented, that was definitely not the plan. I got a bit excited thinking I was plugging the best players at the best picks.
Yeah.
I've worked out that if San Fran have a dog of a day, then I'm having a dog of a day.
Yeah, correct.
I gotta make some moves then, don't I?
Yeah.
I'll get some trades going.
Hey, speaking of trades, got some footy cards.
Yeah, show me.
Good catch.
All right, here we
Let's
go.
open a couple of these bad boys. We've got a few loosies in
Here we
there.
go. Oh, okay.
Talk to me.
I've got to start a big cripple one.
Oh.
I've got another cripple one.
Oh.
I've got a Harry Scanlon's footy card.
Yeah,
That's
love
good.
that.
Might be a Melbourne jersey next year, apparently. A Charlie one. Oh, gold. Adam Shearer.
Gold Roll Marshall, if you don't mind.
Yeah, deserves it after what happened to him.
Yeah.
Oh, and a logo. Carl mascot.
Oh, mate, you're killing it.
What'd you get?
Got a couple silver Brad Crouches, Mitch Owens. We've got a silver Jack Sinclair, Fantasy Marshall. I reckon the
cool.
gold Marshall's my favourite. That's sexy.
Should be all Oz. Should have him in a blazer.
Yeah, love that.
Love it.
Hey, good-
Huge.
I love
Well
footy
done.
cards.
Thanks, guys. We have team coach.
Team coach. We
Thank
love
you.
team coach.
Love you guys. Hey, enjoy your weekend, everyone. Thanks for sticking through us with that. It was a bit of a weird, not a weird episode, just different. No footy on.
Yeah.
So we just covered what's happening in the league. You're all up to date now. We'll be back Monday. We are heading into week 1 of finals. We are pumped. We're also going to do, we're going to maybe do it for 3 weeks, and we're going to release it on the Monday's episode of the Brownlow Night, our own awards night. Or ceremony on that episode. So we're talking maybe worst game of the year,
Yes.
chopstick moment of the year, or chopstick of the game, DDF dog of the year, DDF MVP. We're going to do our own awards ceremony. So if you've got any ideas of awards we can give out, let
Bring
us
it on.
know, because we're going to hand out some awards.
Yeah.
Hand out some awards. So enjoy your weekend. We'll be back next week for a big preview of AFL finals. See you then.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.